Hey everyone, it's Melody with Design by Melody. I have another layout for you today. I believe this is the 8th layout that I've completed with my October kit. So I am starting with this My Mind's Eye paper, and I really thought it was going to be too busy to use, but then I just decided to take a chance and go for it. Why not? So I'm actually going to use this as my background. Now, in the end, it really is a little bit busy, but that's okay. I really like the way that it looks, and I'm happy I took the chance because it turned out good. So here are kind of my elements. I kind of pulled out a bunch of different things that were yellow, a little bit of blues, and some pinks to go with it. And I'm just kind of writing my journaling. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to write. And I have these blue tags that say thinking, loving, seeing, and going. And I'm kind of writing down what I want to do or what I want to put. So here we go. I'm just going to trim out my photo first. So this is a picture of my mom whenever she was visiting us in the 4th of July trip that she did in 2014. I've scrapbooked a lot of these photos here in this month, and I'm almost done with them, but I'm just going to continue scrapbooking them because I want to get them all done. I want them in my album. This was a very special time. I think I mentioned this sometime on one of the videos, but my dad passed away earlier in 2014, and this was, I believe, the first time my mom had been up to visit me since he had passed. He passed in March, and this was July. So I had seen her, of course. I went down to visit her, but I think this was the first time she had come up here since he had passed. So it was very special to see her. It was a rough time, of course, when my dad was real sick, but it's nice to spend time with family and kind of get back to happy times. You know what I mean? So anyways, I don't mean to get sappy on you guys, but this was a really special trip for me, at least. And I really enjoyed spending the time with my mom. And of course, Calen had a ball. He loves his grandma. So anyways, she's getting ready. She's looking at Calen in this photo, and she's just smiling. So I titled this one, Look at That Smile, because she just has a big grin on her face, and she's looking at her grandson. It's her oldest grandson, and they just have a really special relationship. They love each other so much, and he talks all the time about his grandma and going to visit his grandma. So I'm using these yellow frames. I matted my photo on a piece of white paper, and then also matted it on this diagonal stripe white and kind of cream paper. And then I'm layering all these different yellow tags and frames behind my photo. And then I have that heart speech bubble, which I am going to use. I'm going to cut off the little speech part of it and just have a heart, and then I'll layer something over where I cut it off. So as I mentioned, I have these 4 blue labels, and I'm going to do my journaling in there. And this is a jelly bean soup paper that has like Scrabble letters on one side, and I'm using that to cut out my alphas for smile. Now, I have Scrabble tile letters that are actually thickers. Oh, that's funny. I didn't know I was waving the scissors back and forth. It's funny watching it sped up on camera though. Anyways, so I have some tile thickers that look like alpha Scrabble tiles, but they're pink with, I believe it's white letters. I can't remember, but I like this dark pink on the pink. So that's what I decided to go with. And I'm going to pop them up a little bit. Here's where I'm just pulling everything out of my box, and I'm getting ready to kind of flip through it and see what I want to do. And I lost a few of my letters there for a second, but I recover them, and the process goes on. I'm trying to figure out what else I want to do, because I really thought about using these tile letters, but I ended up going, and because I didn't have other ones to kind of match it, and I wanted to do a little bit different for each word. So I ended up using these Doodlebug Design ones. They have circle alphas, tile alphas, and actual shaped alphas at the bottom. So I use the square tile alphas to put look, I use the circle ones to put at, and then I use the tile ones again for that. So it says look at that smile, but it kind of alternates with what it is. And then I'm going to pop up the smile part on foam adhesive. Now I kind of used the line in the paper between the red and the blue to be my grounding point. So that's kind of why I placed it right there. So I'm putting grandma right here on loving. So it's going to say loving grandma. And I'm using these tile alphas from the We Are Memory Keepers archived collection. Now I end up with this little space at the end, so I'm going to have to figure out something to put there because it looks kind of weird having that space at the end. Then I'm going to do my journaling, and it says, thinking, it is so fun having grandma come visit us at our house and to play and do fun things. And then seeing the fireworks for 4th of July in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. And then going to have fun playing, eating, walking around, and seeing new things. I must have been scrapbooking this at night. I did this a little while ago because I got my glasses on, and I normally only wear those at night when I take my contacts out. I don't always realize when you can see me and when you can't because of where I place my camera, and it's always kind of funny for me to see, oh yes, you can see me. I wanted to add another yellow element on this side, so I take the sticker that says summertime and I layer it right below where my journaling squares are going to be. You can't even tell that it says summertime, it's just more so the fact that there's something there. And I'm trying to use up some of this green foam that I had. I'm kind of running low on adhesive, like on multiple types of adhesive. So I'm being a bit creative in what I'm using. And I'm using this to kind of back it, and then I'm just putting glue runner on the other side. And like I said, I'm kind of layering this on top of where the line is between the blue and the red hearts. And that's kind of what I'm using as my grounding element. All right, so that is my title there. And I have these little strips of hearts, and these are from October Afternoon Girl Talk, I believe is what it was. It was a full 12 by 12 sheet of paper, and I I cut it apart, or I cut a lot of it apart anyways. Now, because I didn't want to have to glue each one of these separately, I go ahead and kind of use washi tape to place them on the back of my photo, and then I'll glue the entire thing down. Now, that little circle tag thing that I put on top of my photo says, "You are simply." And I don't put anything there. I don't finish the thought. It's just more so that it says "You are simply." And then this is where I'll layer the heart right behind that frame. And that frame says "Treasured Moments." I wanted to make sure that you could read that, but I also wanted to cover up where I cut off the speech bubble part of that heart. I'm just going to go through my sticker sheets here and add a couple different elements. I have some tickets here that I'm layering. I'm writing "smiling at her boy," kind of to tell you what she's smiling at. And then these tickets say "enjoy and laugh," and it's going to layer right here on the side. I have this red heart that I'm going to, not red heart, red wood grain arrow that I'm going to layer up here. And it got too lost on the red paper, so on the background paper. So I put it on a piece of white paper and made a white frame around it. I'm also going to pull out, I have a yellow star that I'm going to layer up here. I have this tag that says happy. I have a few hearts that I'm going to layer up here. And then I am going to do a few staples just to add a little bit of something on the side over here. That sticker I just placed on that tag says "Summertime," and it's a yellow font, which is why you can't read it very well up here. But that's what that is. And then going through here, I have a few of these little banners that I like, and I didn't really have a place to put them. I thought it looked strange right there, so I'm actually going to add them to the top left of the layout. Now, I add them, it doesn't really add a whole lot to the overall part of the layout, but I do add them and make a cluster kind of to the top left. It gets very lost in the background, but in person you can see it. Like I said, it doesn't really add a whole lot of value to the to the page, but it is something that I added, and I'm going to add a little white strip off to the side to kind of be where they come onto the page. And then I'm going to use some alpha stickers at the top to say "love ... and then I add a bunch of these little hearts that I cut apart. just looking on the sticker sheet here to see if there's anything else I want to put. And I did not have an L in the, I wanted to do them in different colors. So I made an L out of the K. I put an O in the blue, put a V in the pink, and an E in the yellow. And then I'm going to use the little dots to do dot, dot, dot. Now I have my little container. There we go. Little container of hearts that I've just punched out of scrap paper. I take scrap paper and when I have just little bits and I punch little hearts out of it. And I keep it in this little container. So I have a yellow one and a red one that I added there. I'm going to take that red arrow that I have and I'm going to add it up there kind of behind or on top of that happy banner that I did. And I'm just adding a few more of these little October afternoon girl talk cut apart hearts in different places. I have a bunch of them in this little thing. I'm pretty sure it was the Girl Talk collection. The thing I was trying to do this month was add small elements, whether it's sequins or confetti or enamel dots or just any number of things. And so that's where I decided to add a lot of those little hearts because they are small elements and they do add a lot to the page. So this pretty much finishes up this layout. I have some still photos at the end for you guys if you would like to take a look at those. I also do a weekly recap on my blog, which is just designbymelody.wordpress.com. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. Ooh, it's going to be in my description box. I just had a moment where I'm like, maybe that's not right. But anyways, I do a weekly recap on there with a few more still photos. And please give me a thumbs up if you like this video. I really do appreciate all the support that you guys give. It's motivating and it's also kind of encouraging. And I love watching everybody's videos myself. So anyway, subscribe if you like and keep an eye out for the other layouts that I have with this kit. I am good to go, I think. I hope you guys have a great afternoon and enjoy your scrapping. All right, thanks. Bye.